I'll have the recording, either one looks good, and go from there. So everything okay on Zoom land? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, good, you can hear me. All right, and hi everybody. Okay, so welcome. Let's begin with I'll go a little bit further back so people can see me. Let's begin with our hand tapping exercises. We didn't get to do that last time we met because we tried something really new, and it's fun to do this one. So we start with the hands facing down, tapping the index finger and the thumb, or you can rub. So depending on what your comfort level is. And then we can flip the hands. Now we do the pinky and the side of the palms. Rub or tap. This is good for your body overall. It works on the principles of Chinese medicine. Now we're going to do the fingertips. So just moving that energy, waking up our body, feeling comfortable. All right, now we're going to interlace the fingers, going in and out. And it doesn't matter what hand you do first, just do your preference. And if it's hard to do, just imagine and bring that lower hand up higher and gently tap. Good. And now we're going to do tapping along the outside of the hand. So that's the thumb to the index finger, and we're just going to tap. And so these fingers don't touch in the middle, so good job. It's kind of like you're holding a vase, holding something. All right, wonderful. Now let's do the webs of the hands. So inside the webs of the hands, gently tap or rub. And I just noticed this doesn't really get a good angle of me. Okay. And then let's do the other side. So as we come together as a class, I want you to remember that I want you to do whatever feels comfortable for you. So if anything hurts, please don't do it. I want you to imagine doing the movement instead. So now we're going to have one hand up, one hand face the earth, one hand faces the sky, and it's a gently tap on the back of the hands. If you like this hand tapping routine, I do have it on my website, touchingworlds.com, and it's under the disclaimer page. But also you can look under the resource page, and that tells you to go over there. But it's a PDF file that you can download and view anytime. And then that hand that was on top goes to the bottom, and that hand that was on the bottom goes to the top. Again, let me show you if you want to rub. Usually you circle motion 3 times, and then you do it back the other way. All right, good. Now we're going to flip the hands again, and we're going to do back of the wrist, back of the wrist. So this is a great exercise. You can do it sitting in the car, when you're watching virtual programming, right? You have your hands low, they can't see you. I've done that plenty of times where I like doing Zoom calls and just, tapping, and they can't see it, but you're doing it, and it's good for you. So, all right, we flipped the hands. I didn't vocalize that, but I did it. So we're getting both sides, all the angles of the back of the wrists. And now we're going to do the last hand tapping exercise, the knuckles, the palms, the thumbs, all touching or rubbing. So tapping and rubbing, but they're all touching that contact surf area. And this is supposed to help with headaches based on our energy meridians for Chinese medicine. Doesn't matter if you believe it. It's just good for you either way. All right, so we can smile and open and close our hands. Yeah, let's get all those good feeling hormones. Good. So sometimes I like to do a singing bowl. So let's do a singing bowl before we do a kind of quick calming meditation, check in with our bodies. So you can keep your eyes open or close them. And we'll just use the sound to center us. And let's just notice our breathing. So paying attention to our breath, into our body, into this moment. You can keep your eyes open or closed, have your hands up or down. If you're sitting, if you're standing, you can have it face inward, or even if you're in a chair, laying down. Whatever you are in this position at this moment, we want to have a vertical alignment so our spine is nice and straight. So the hip, shoulders, ears in alignment. We want to have the tip of the tongue at the roof of the mouth. We want to have a ceiling or a string connecting us from our body to the ceiling or to the sky. And then we want to plant our feet into the roots, into the earth, so that we feel secure and grounded, rooted. This is called vertical alignment. You can achieve this in a chair, which I'm doing today in this practice. And let's go a little bit deeper with our breath. So I'm going to breathe in through the nose, fill up our belly with air, and then gently exhale, engaging the pelvic muscles. Just thinking about it is good enough. And we'll do that again. Gently inhale, and then gently exhale, tightening up those muscles. And let's do that again one more time. Nice, deep, relaxing inhale. And a nice, relaxing exhale through the nose. And let's scan our body for tension, starting with the top of the head, going down the neck, the shoulders, the hands, the elbows and the hands, going down the spine, to the hips, to the thighs, to the knees, to the ankles and the feet. Let's soften and relax, letting go of any stress or tension. Some fresh new energy from the earth and pulling up through the feet, through the ankles, through the knees, through the thighs, through the hips, up to the spine, up to the shoulders, the arms, the neck, the head. Feeling our intention as we let go and we gather new from the earth. Setting our intention for our practice, maybe it's for health, healing, tranquility, and feeling that within our body. And let's do our traditional warm-ups that we do with Dr. Paul Lamb. And so we'll begin with the warm-up movement. It's bringing up your hands nice and slow, looking straight ahead, and now looking down at the floor as the hands come down. We'll do that again, bringing the hands up. And if using your hands hurt or you're not able to do it, just gently move your neck. And if you're not able to move your neck, imagine. And let's do it one more time like this. I like to imagine I'm in a wave pool, letting the hands rise up and down like water. So we're going to add on to that movement. We're going to bring the hands up. We're going to turn the wrist, gently tuck the chin. We're going to push out, like we're pushing the wave out, and then slowly look down. Let's do that again. Bring the hands up, turn the wrist, gently bringing the water closer to us, gently pushing that water away and looking down. And we'll do it one last time. You can do it with your breath, whatever feels best for you. There's no one way or right way for your breathing, but we like to have the breathing match our movements. All right, that was that one movement. Now we're going to bring the hands together. Palm faces the earth, one of the hands, doesn't matter which one. And then we look at our hands, and then we're going to open up our neck and our chest, about 60% of our neck comfort range. And we come back to center. The hands crisscross, like you're pulling something gently across, looking about 60%. And gently coming back. Good. Let's do that again. If it hurts to move your hand, you can just do this motion without your neck. Now we're going to about 80%. And if you are doing this motion without your hands, just imagine like a pencil is attached to your chin and you're just gently turning side to side, like you're drawing a straight line on the paper. So we're going to do it one more time, each side, going about 90% of our neck comfort. Hands pass. Other side. And then we come back to center, relaxing the arms, relaxing the shoulders. All right, so let's do some shoulder rolls, nice and relaxing. Doesn't matter which direction you go first. We're just doing that nice and slow motions. Circular and smooth. All right, let's do the opposite. And again, if it's hard to do, just imagine that you're doing this instead. All right, let's do it one more time. All right, relaxing the shoulders again. And we're gonna do another movement that's good for the shoulders. So palms are facing upright and hands circle around. If you're in a chair like I am right now, you may lift the heels as you raise the hands. And then have the hands come down slowly and the heels come down. Inhale, opening up, gathering beautiful light force energy. And then slowly having it come down the center. Let's do that again. One more time, gathering beautiful sunlight. I know we don't have any sunlight today in Minnesota, but beautiful rain. Gather that beautiful rain and bring it in. All right, good. So that is for the shoulders. Now we move on to the spine. Hands one at heart, one at belly height. The bottom hand rises up, gently push down. And then the hands come back together. Now we do the other side, gently press. And I'm gonna do it on the side to see if that feels good. You can, instead of doing the center, you can do the side. Gently bring the hands back together, forming that imaginary ball. Let's do that again, gently press. Gentle stretch of the spine and relax. And the other. Let's do it one more time, each side. Think about your breathing. Have one movement, be one breath. So for me, I like to inhale in this movement, and this moment too. And then I exhale. And then the other side. All right, good, beautiful. We're bringing the hands back together, whatever hand, elbow is together, we're holding that energy ball. So if you have problems with your shoulders, you could have your hands crisscross as another way. But now we're doing another spine movement. So we're just gonna turn the torso, whatever hand is on top. We're gonna line up our nose with that knee. We're gonna flip the hands and gently carry that beautiful ball to the other side. Flipping the hands and gently go across. Flip the hands and go. You can think about your breath. I like to think of inhaling as the hands switch, exhaling as it goes across, but do it right for you. We'll do it one more time. Nice slow movement. Feeling the spine feel lubricated and safe and relaxed. All right, good. Now we're gonna do the hips. I wanna show it to you in a chair and then standing for anybody who watches this video later or is on Facebook. So we're gonna gently bring the foot out if you're in a chair. Bring that foot back in, hands rise up and they go down. Now we do the other foot. Going out, placing the heel down, bringing it back in, hands rise. If you are standing, it's very different, but I will show that to you. You can hold onto a chair if you are not used to standing or you're kind of nervous about it, but it's a heel in front, hands in the back. We pause in the center, making sure we have our balance. Back of the foot, heel almost in the front. All right, come back to neutral. And then heel in front, that's considered one. And let me show it to you if I hold on to a chair. So we would come to neutral, and then the back of the foot, hands in the front, back to neutral, and the foot in front. And I'll show it to you if you're really confident what you're doing, you can do all the way straight through. So have the foot all the way straight through, and hands go with, it's kind of like a pendulum clock. And I want to do the other leg. If you're in a chair, keep doing what you've been doing. So heel in front, hands in the back. I'm gonna go all the way straight through. Or pause, listen to your body. I want you to be comfortable with this movement. So if you're new, go slow, go easy. And one more time. All right, good. So that is the hips. Now we're gonna do the other hip movement. So I'll show it to you in the chair first. So we want feet flat on the ground. We're gonna lift one foot out to the side. We're gonna bring it back in. Other foot to the side, and then bring it back in. So the foot's straight ahead the whole time, and it's just kind of nice working that hip area. Now we add the hands. The hands go straight out, and other hand goes across. It's near the elbow, but not touching. If you have any shoulder pain, you can bring it lower. Start. Your ideal is this. That's the ideal. But if you need to modify, the palm facing the earth is what we want. This is near the elbow. Then we lift the opposite foot. We gently press, and then bring that foot in, and the other side. You might feel your tummy muscles engage or your pelvic floor muscles if you want to do that. And let me show it to you as standing. It looks pretty similar to how it looks in the chair. We lift the foot, gently place it down. This foot has a micro bend in it, has all my weight. So if I lift out my foot, I have that support. Then we bring the foot in, and then go to the other side. Good. Let's do that again. You might feel a very gentle stretch in your hips. And if you don't, that's okay. Just enjoy the movement. And we'll do it one more time each side, connecting with our breath and connecting with our body. All right, good job. Now we move on to the knees. Let me show it to you in a chair first. So feet are in a V, hands by our hips. We're on the edge of our chair if you're in a chair. We want to gently lift the one foot, tap it down. Opposite arm goes out like a punch. Gently bring both feet and the arm back in. Tap and extend. You may kick this time if you're in a chair. Kick with your toes or heel first, whatever feels good for you. And the other side, or maybe you want to do both. And then bring both back in. Let me show you standing. So when you're standing, the knees are bent. Same thing, hands by our hips, feet are in a V. And we don't shift our weight at all. We just lift the foot, tap it, extend the opposite arm. Bring both back in. Tap and extend. Good. If you are experienced, you may do a low kick. It means the foot is low to the ground. However, anybody who is new, we recommend tapping. So tapping on the ground. Good. I think I forgot to say one more time. So let's do it one more time after this one. I love this movement. It feels really good in my upper back. When you go slow like that, it really helps relax the fascia, get the blood to that tissue. All right, let's come back to center. Same thing, feet in a V, in a chair. I'll do that first. Feet in a V, hands by your hips on the edge of your chair. We're gonna lift the foot, place the heel toe down. Then we're gonna extend the opposite arm out and lean forward. And then we come back. Heel toe, shift the weight from our pelvis, leaning a little bit forward, and then coming back in. Good. If you are standing, we would actually shift our weight onto the foot. So we lift up the heel toe, shift that weight into the foot, arm comes out, and then we come back in. Heel toe, shift. All right, beautiful. Let's do that one more time each side. Extending that arm. Feels so good. And the other. Heel toe, being mindful of our weight, having it come from the center of our core. All right, that's good. Next, we move on to the ankles. And it looks the same sitting or standing, so I'll go to my chair. And we're gonna tap the heel toe up and down. So if you can't see my feet as well, you can see my hands. We're touching the heel and the toe, up and down. These are very good ankle movements. And now other foot, tapping the heel and the toe. Good. And now we're gonna do side to side, big toe, little toe, don't move the knee or the hip. We wanna just only do the ankle. And a way to check is to have your hands on your knee. Have a hand on your hip, maybe both like this. And only focus on the ankle, big toe, little toe. All right, let's do the other foot. Big toe, little toe. It took me 6 months to learn how to do this move without engaging my knee or hip. So if you're struggling, be gentle. It's okay. It's normal. I think most people do struggle with it. All right, and that is our warm up with Dr. Paul Lamb. I will send that link. If you're familiar with Tai Chi for Health, we do that as a warm up, but it's also Qigong. So I also like to combine another program, Spring Force Qigong. I'm a certified group practice leader. So I'm going to do some of that programming. You can do it sitting or a chair. So I've been in a theme today of chair, so let's do it in a chair. So let's just first start out with bouncing. So this is a movement. Then you're in a chair, kind of shifting your weight from one sit bone to the other, if you can kind of see that. So shifting from the one side to the other side, letting the wrists really loose and comfortable. And, if you can lift your heels or engage, if you were standing, we'd be bouncing. So maybe lift your heels as you're doing this and loosening up. And then we raise the hands, have them flop above our head, which looks really super funny. I always feel like, but imagine you're on a Valley Fair ride. How's that? If you're from Minnesota, you know what Valley Fair is. If you're not, but amusement park. Imagine you're at an amusement park, you're swinging side to side. You want to bounce your heels. Just let all that energy move, waken up. It's really good for your wrists. And then we can slowly bring the hands down and then come back to our center. And just notice that stillness as after you did that. I noticed a lot of, feels really good, doesn't it? All right, let's do some tapping. So I'm gonna get closer so you can see. Tap at the beginning of our eyebrow. So about 9 times do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Below the eye sockets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we want to cup the top of our head, going from the top to the bottom. And we also want to massage our ears, the inner ear, and gently pull down on the earlobe, just a little, it shouldn't hurt. Rubbing along the outside, gently pulling down. This is a really good thing to do several times a day if you can. And let's cup the inside of the arm. So left hand is always first. I won't match you on that one. So just think left hand, and if you goof up, it's okay. So we're gonna keep that cup position where it's a little hollow, going down the arm, flip the hands around. Now we're gonna go down the outside. Let's do it a couple more times, sorry. We wanna do at least 3 times. And I think that was 3, but let's do it one more time. All right, now let's do the other hand, starting with the inside, palm up, cupping down, flipping the hands, and the other, good. Let's do it. Hey, I think we did the other one 4 times, so let's do this one 4 times. One more time. All right, good. And now let's do the knees. We'll probably do it at the end of the practice as well, but those are really good. So we want to cup the outside of the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Underneath the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Going to the left knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. So this is the kind of warm-up movements we're going to do. So now let's do the centering, which is, calming the mind, smile. So they talk about start our internal love engine. So it's a gentle smile. And we want to set the mood or the feelings of contentment. So today we're doing the movement. If you follow Spring Force Qigong, it's the 5-element healing. It's connecting with your body's energy. It's day 4 in the practice. If you do it on, just break it up during the day. So we want to connect with that feeling of contentment. So we got the smile. We want to do the secret password. And the password is, I am in the universe. The universe is in my body. The universe and I are one. And when we say that, we just purely mean that. This is not religious, it's just spiritual connection of feeling one with our nature and with ourselves. Like we're connected, we're all together. And then you can ask your teacher, your master, somebody that you honor, ask for your teacher to be with us, to give you extra support in need. So if you believe in prayer, inviting that prayer or receiving prayer if you're having health issues. And we're setting that intention to go deeper. So feeling all these wonderful things, we're going to begin with the movement. So we bring the hands together, the fingertips and the thumb touch, and we want it in the center of our torso. And it's like a heart shape, and we want it to be by our lower dantian, our belly, or the pelvis area. And if you were standing, you would lift the feet out. But hey, if you're in a chair, have your feet out a little bit too. And this is, since we're not shifting the weight from leg to leg, but if you are standing, you would do it from one sit bone to the other in a chair. So let's begin that gently. So feeling that connection and contentment, and then gently leaning to one side and keeping that always in the center, and then gently going to the other. It's a little bit challenging to do it in a chair, but it works just as well. So it's about connecting with your body's energy and feeling contentment. And hey, I have this beautiful red scarf on, and you can imagine a beautiful red heart right there. So this is a good hip exercise. I can feel it just sitting in a chair and doing it. Shifting from one sit bone to the other. Connecting with our body's energy. And if you want to turn your torso a little bit now, after doing a little bit, you could gently turning the spine where you line up with your knee, your nose with your knee, but always keeping that in the center of your torso the whole time. It's almost like making a little spiral energy as we shift from one sit bone for the other, but now we're adding a little turn in our torso as we do this. Keeping the fingers connected the whole time and keeping the hands in the center. Feeling our intention with our today's practice, feeling that inner smile or contentment. And perhaps you want to close your eyes, you may. And notice how that feels. And slower as we do the movement, the better. Having it be a soothing, healing motion. As we shift the weight from one hip to the other, or one leg to the other if you're standing. Gentle rocky motion, almost like you're not doing it, but your body, it's just happening for you. As you shift the weight from one sit bone, you're not even thinking about doing it. It's just happening to you. Nice and relaxing. If it's difficult to do, imagine that you're doing it instead. Keeping the hands at your center. You can also think about your breath and movement. That's the thing about Spring Forest Qigong. You kind of do a movement for a while. You don't do it like 3 or 5 times. You do it for about 3 to 5 minutes. So if it's hard to do, just imagine like a gentle, like maybe you're at a ride at an amusement park. I like that analogy earlier I said today. Just imagine you're in an amusement park and you're just gently swaying. Maybe you're in that a flume ride, right? Where you have the water log in the thing and it's going around the corners and you're holding on, feeling that connection Feeling that connection, connect, and contentment. Both start with C, contentment and the connection with our body's energy. And if you want to think about that breath, right? So breathe one way, going across, exhale perhaps the other. And imagine you're letting go of anything you don't need anymore in your body. Maybe it's discomfort, aches and pains, or illness. Just imagine letting go and it's disappearing like butterflies into the universe, going far, far away, getting rid of anything that we don't need. As we connect with our contentment, feeling content, even on a rainy day like this today, feeling contentment, knowing that spring flowers are coming, new life. And if you got your car outside, you get a free car wash. So there's a lot of beautiful things. Feeling just contentment with the way things are. Now let's do it 2 more times, going across. And then we'll gently, slowly stop with this one movement that we're doing. And then we'll bring the hands to the center, bringing your feet a little bit closer if that feels better. And just notice how you feel. Maybe keeping the hands there, feeling that stillness. And we can let that energy go. Good. So that is just one movement. I usually just do one in this brief startup series that we do. So next thing we do is the harvesting of the chi is what they call it. So we're going to rub the hands together. And we're going to gently bring the hands, the 2 fingers for sure, up the nose. Hands circle around. Hands slowly come down. And I see yay, Robin's watching on Facebook. So that's nice. Hands circle around and coming down. So sending that beautiful love energy, contentment energy, knowing that everything's going to work out, right? With this vaccine, let's do it one more time. Life is getting better as we know it. All right, now let's gently pull our fingers through our hair. If you watched last time's program, that was 2 weeks ago, she calls it 10 fingers run through the forest. And if you have hair like mine, it's kind of is like a forest. Oh, nice and thick, feeling very good. Let's rub those ears again, sending that. I can see some people's hair online, it looks like a forest too. Rubbing those ears, pulling those earlobes down. All right, good. And let's do that. Let's do the hand tap, the hand clapping. So this is good for heart energy. So bringing the hands together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Another heart energy that's good is rubbing between where the index finger and the thumb that meet. There's a little tender point, and you want to gently rub that with your thumb in a circular motion. And if it doesn't hurt, that's okay. It's just your intention, setting it between the index and thumb where those points meet. And let's do it on the other side here. So gently rubbing in between the thumb and the index finger. This is good for releasing if you are pregnant, which I know nobody on Zoom is. If somebody is pregnant, then you don't want to do that. That can be too much releasing. But otherwise, this is a good movement. All right, so now let's do the cupping of the inner arms. So starting with the left hand first. So cupping, which means a hollowed area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's do the other arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you know, I've seen it other ways where instead of doing the inside, they do on the center. So let's do that 9 times too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now let's tap our torso from the top going down. Help the energy connect. And now let's do the armpits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Really good for your lymph systems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And let's do the side of the torso and then the side of the torso. We did the front of the torso, side of the torso, armpits. You can tap anything and everything. And it should be good for it. As long as it has a cup hand, and let's do the other side of the torso. All right, good. And let's do the kidneys. I know it's hard in a chair, but if you're on the edge of your chair, you can probably reach it. If you can't, just imagine gently cupping the kidneys 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you can gently roll in a circular motion, sending good love and energy to our kidneys. And the back of the hands, if you haven't done that, back of the hands. Okay, good. All right, now let's do the beloved knees, cupping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And let's do underneath 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The left knee first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the right knee, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is Spring Force Qigong. I'm certified to teach both, so that's why I kind of do that in between. And I welcome you to check out my YouTube channel, subscribe to it, or tell your friends about it if you haven't before, or I'm open for lessons, private lessons. I also teach at Pathways, which is a completely free resource for anybody, actually anywhere, because before you had to be in person, but more of the programming is virtually. So that is something, it's pathwaysminneapolis.org. A lot of wonderful programming that I highly recommend. And I do 2 offerings there. I do a thing called Gratitude Circle, which is a beautiful program talking about gratitude. We do a tiny bit of movement, just one move. But I kind of, it's an eclectic thing, something that I came up with. And then we do Tai Chi for health. We do Tai Chi and Qigong. We're doing Tai Chi for arthritis part 2 right now. So it's progressing pretty nicely online. So just want to give you a little blurb on that. So let me say thank you to my Facebook friends for watching or later on. So thank you. And let me stop that. And thank you, Zoom folks. And let me stop the recording. Okay, stop recording.